Okay, now we are going to be conducting a bar graph with students, the number of students, and their hair color. So first we have to collect data before we do a bar graph. So we are going to start with the hair colors and how many students in the class have that particular hair color. So first we'll start with black, brown, blonde, and red. Okay. So raise your hand if you have black hair color. Okay. 9 of y'all. 9 have black hair color. Raise your hand if you have brown hair color. Okay, 5 of y'all. Now blondes. Four. Now red hair color. Johnny, just you? 1. Okay. So now we have collected our data. Okay, so black hair color is 9, brown hair color is 5, blonde hair color is 4, and red hair color is 1. So after we have collected our data, we transition into a bar graph. So this is what we have to do for a bar graph. So this is our y-axis. And there are specific details that we need in a bar graph. Can someone tell me what we might need in order to conduct a bar graph? Yes.
You have to include the data in the bar graph. So you have to list the different numbers that are in the bar graph and the different amount of students and the categories.
And the categories. Very good. You can also add the title on the top, which tells the reader what we are talking about. So for this one, we are going to do hair color in Miss Crawford's classroom. Okay, so the y-axis should be labeled. What should it be labeled?
With the number of students.
Number of students. So I will just do number of students, put that in. Okay, and then our x-axis should be labeled
The categories.
categories. So
Black
color
hair, brown hair,
but we'll do color of hair. And it has to be labeled. Let's start from top to bottom. So we'll do black. Then we'll do brown. Our next one is blonde. And last one, Johnny. Red. Okay, so now that we have done our horizontal line, we will now be doing our vertical line. So let's start from the bottom. We'll do, let's start from, this is 0. And then we'll do increments 1 through 10. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll have to make this taller. And, this is 8, 9, and we'll just pretend 10 is the top. Okay. So I'm going to erase the hair color title for now because we don't have room in this case. But we're going to start with black. So how many students have black hair?
9.
9. Very good. So we are going to draw our bar straight up all the way to 9. Ooh. So this is for the number of students who have black hair. Okay, so now we're going to be doing brown hair, which is 5. Five students have brown hair. Blonde hair is 4. So we reached all the way to 4. And then our last one is red. We only have 1. So let's go all the way to 1. So now we have put all of our data into a bar graph. So how many people have the most amount of hair? What color has the most amount of students? Yes.
That would be black.
Yes. Black has the most amount. And who has the least amount?
Red.
Yes. Red has the least because black has 9 compared to 1. Okay, does everyone understand? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to our next example. So for our next example, we are going to be conducting a bar graph with students comparing to their eye color. So let's do the same thing. The first thing we do in this process is collecting data. Okay, so we're going to start with eye color. So we're going to do brown, green, blue, and hazel. Okay. These are the colors, and now we have to collect how many students have these amount of colors. Okay, so who has brown eyes? Raise your hand. Okay. Seven? Okay. And who has green hands? Raise your hand. Okay. 2. And blue eyes, raise your hands if you have blue eyes. Okay. 4. And hazel eyes, last one. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to have to do is do the bar graph. So first we start off with X and Y axis. Label Y, label X. Y-axis we do number of students. Start from 0. We're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we have to do, this is number of students. And this is,
The categories of eye color.
right, we'll put eye color. We'll start with brown. Then we'll do green. Then we'll go with blue. And last but not least, okay. So we're going to look at our data and draw the bars for each one. So brown is 7, so we're going to hit our bar all the way to 7, stop at 7, and come down. So this shows us that 7 students had brown eyes. Our green students were only 2 of them. Blue eyes were 4. So we'll go all the way, hit 4, come down. I'm going to do a little bit more than 4. Okay, and then we'll go to hazel. There was only 3 of them. So most of our students had brown eyes, and the least were
Green.
green. Good job. Least, most. Okay, so that was our second example. Next, we are going to do another example. I am going to draw a graph. First, we'll start with collecting data. So let's collect data. Let's go back to hair color. So first, we'll do brown. Then we'll do black hair color. Then we'll do green. Wait, sorry. Blonde and red. So we said 9 students had brown hair. And 5 people had black hair. Blonde was 3 and red was 1. Okay, so we know we have our data right here. Let's draw our graph. Tell me if I am doing this right or if it is wrong. And please tell me why if it is so wrong. This is hair color. Okay, so we said 9 students had brown hair. Ooh, let's put the brown, black, blonde, and red. So 9 students had brown hair, 5 students had black hair, and 3 students had blonde hair, and 1 student had red hair. And then I'm just going to connect the dots. Okay, is my bar graph complete?
No.
Why isn't it complete? I thought I did it, correct?
No, because that is not a bar graph.
Oh, it's
There's
not.
no bars.
Oh, okay. So Caitlin is correct. This is not an example of a bar graph. This is an example of a line graph. So, in this case, we did not draw a bar graph. Let's do one more example of a bar graph, then we'll get to our activity. Okay. So our next example is going to be students and their height. So let's start with height. So I say maybe we're probably about in the 4 to 6 range here. So we'll start with 4 feet, 5 feet, and 6 feet. Okay. Raise your hand if you're at least 4 feet in the 4 feet range. 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, in that range. Okay. 4 students. 5 feet. Okay. 6 students. And if you're 6 feet. 0 people. Okay, so we have collected our data. So now we have to put our data into a bar graph. Okay, so let's start like we did in the last examples that were correct. We are going to start with y-axis, and this is our x-axis horizontal. Okay, so first we're going to do the feet on the y-axis. So let's do height. Oh wait, we'll do the number of students. For the y-axis, and for the x-axis, we'll do height. Okay, so we'll do it in 0, 1, 2, 7, and then for feet, we will do 4 feet, 5 feet, and 6 feet. Okay, so how many students are 4 feet tall? 4.
4.
Very good. Okay, so six students were 5 feet tall. So we'll hit 5 and won't go any higher than 5. So for
6 feet
6
is
feet,
0.
0. So we don't have to conduct that one because no students were 6 feet. So this is another example of a bar graph. We have our y and x axis. Very good. Okay, so now we are going to do our activity. So for our activity, we are going to conduct a bar chart. You are going to be given Jolly Ranchers of several colors, and you will collect that data into a bar graph. Here you go. And here's your activity. Okay. As you do it, I will be walking around, so if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, so I'm going to correct you in one situation. So first, we have to do the y and x axis. We're going to label them. This is the number, y will be the number of Jolly Ranchers, and this one will be their color. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so do you want to try it on your own? Very good job. High five. Okay, so If anyone has any other questions, just raise your hand. But it looks like all of y'all have it down. Okay, so can someone tell me what we learned today? Anything? Yes.
We learned how to collect data and put it on a bar graph.
Right, so first you collect the data. Once you have that data, you transition it into a bar graph. What does a bar graph need? Data. And on the y-axis you put numbers, and then and the x-axis you put the category. So y'all all have bar graphs down. Excellent job today. Be ready for class tomorrow. We will be talking about line graphs and several other types of graphs. So good job today, class.